So I've never been much of like a huge movie theater guy. I've always preferred to just watch it at home most of the time. Like I remember even being a kid, we would either rent or buy the Blu-ray DVD for any like new movies that came out that we were excited about, which looking back it's crazy now that that really wasn't that long ago, and now everything's pretty much gone to streaming, but that's not what this video is about. I've always watched movies, and I'm becoming more and more familiar with, which movies are typically good. And I just wanted to say, if you're not going to the movie theater, and if you haven't been, you're missing out. I've been going and seeing just random movies that I wasn't even anticipating. And the last 4 or 5 movies that I've seen in theaters were bangers, like absolute fire movies. Project Hail Mary, awesome. Obsession, maybe the scariest movie that I've seen. Backrooms, really freaky, really cool. The Odyssey, sick. And the reason I'm talking about this is later today I'm going to go see the new Spider-Man movie, and reviews for that have been overwhelmingly good. And I'm just hyped. I there's some people who just don't go and see movies, and I used to be one of those people. And now I realize how much I'm missing out, or I guess how much I was missing out. But I've always gone to the movie theaters every once in a while, you know. It's just none of those experiences have been as good as the last few ones that I've had. And I'm pretty positive that that's because of these specific movies that are coming out. Because there have been a few movies that I've seen that were absolute stinkers. They're just bad movies. And I think that those kinds of movies have been much more prevalent as of recent. I mean, the company Netflix admitted that the movies that they've been pumping out have been dumbed down. The characters audibly announce what they're doing and what's happening, and it's just completely background noise because people are just scrolling on their phones while watching the movie. And Netflix has admitted that they do that on purpose. They purposely make the movie as background material. So all these slop, just effortless movies that the creators don't even care about have kind of just gotten us used to that form of content, I guess. And so when an absolute banger like Project Hail Mary or Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein, that was an amazing movie. When movies like that come out, all these other slop background movies make the pieces of art really shine. But I don't think that that's the only factor as to why we're getting so many heat movies right now. I think that some of the filmmakers are starting to realize that people don't want slop movies. It seems like it's kind of like a crossroads in filmmaking right now. You can take the easy route and just use fucking generative AI and just slopify everything in your movie or TV show or whatever. Or you can really give it your full effort and completely try your best to create a work of art, and it will be appreciated. You know what I mean? And it's not even just movies that are so good right now. I just watched a show on, I think, Apple TV called Widow's Bay. Oh my god, bro. Literally all of these movies that all these movies and shows that I've named, you'll just go online and hear endless glaze for all of them, and it's kind of warranted. But then it's also because it's just like not slop content. You know what I mean? But like even in the midst of all these back to back to back Heat movies coming out, there's been
Melania.
on Prime, or that might have been before like most of these movies, but that one was insanely horrendous. Like I actually watched the first probably 30 minutes of that one. Waste of time. Do not watch that, dude. It's on Prime. Avoid it at all costs. I also think that it's not just the movies themselves that are great, but the theater experience, you know? Like, even just like the viewing of the movie is better than it would be at home on like just a little TV, you know? Like, you got this giant projector screen in front of you. You've got these crazy surround sound speakers like all around you. But even just like aside from that, you're watching it with other people. Like I remember one of the craziest experiences I had in the movie theater was watching The Substance a couple of years back. And that one was disgusting. Like absolutely gruesome body horror movie. But every time that I was like grossed out, I could hear everybody else going like, "Oh, what?" Like it was just like a collective experience, like a group experience, if that makes sense. And like each of these movies has kind of been like that, but I have noticed some people kind of ruining the experience. Like when I went to go see Backrooms with my girlfriend, there was some dude up in like the front row who was just scrolling on his phone, and it's like, bro, why are you even here? But that's aside from the point. What I'm trying to say here is go watch these movies. Go like, especially the indie ones, like Obsession. Dude, I was like a day one Obsession glazer. I was hyping it up like crazy because it literally was the best movie that I've seen in a long time. Like Project Hail Mary was great. It came out before Obsession. It was an amazing movie, but Obsession was better, dude. It just had this like feeling to it, you know, just this sort of vibe that only an indie movie like that could have. It was super charming, you know, but it wasn't cheesy, it wasn't tacky, it was terrifying, and it was like amazing, you know. And Backrooms was sweet too. I wasn't expecting to get like super scared from it, and I wasn't scared from Backrooms. But just like the set and all the effort that went into like building it, like isn't it pretty sure it's like 2,000 or maybe even 20,000 square feet, something like that. Uh Kane Parsons is 20 years old, by the way. But yeah, just a ton of effort and like attention to detail went into that movie. And that kind of brings me to my final point as to why all of these movies that I've talked about have been good. Like even Widow's Bay, that show I was talking about. It's just like attention to detail and really, really caring about what you're making. In a world where you're rewarded for slopifying whatever you make, people who create things that they're passionate about and really put their effort into, that's what stands out, you know? Because at the end of the day, will you make more money from just pumping out like useless slop films on Netflix? Yeah, probably. But when you're on your deathbed about to like pass away, are you gonna be like, oh, I wish I had more money? No, dude. Like you're gonna be like, oh, I'm like satisfied with what I did here. or you're going to be like, no, I'm not satisfied with what I did here. Like, I didn't do enough for other people. I didn't create enough. I didn't live enough. I'm really yapping, but yeah, I think that you can just really see how much these people care about these movies that they're creating. I mean, take the Odyssey. I had like pretty low expectations. I guess not low, but like mid expectations for that movie, just because of how much shit from the book has to be crammed into it. And I walked out of that theater so hyped, bro. Like, it was crazy. I was like, damn. Part of me was glad that I wasn't like a Greek warrior during those times. But then another part of me was like, dude, I wish I could do that. Which, like, as silly as it sounds, goes against the entire point of, like, the spin that Christopher Nolan put on that movie, that Odysseus, like, regretted defeating Troy and just, like, sneaking in there and completely disregarding the law of hospitality, I guess. But I don't want to, like, delve too deep into these movies. I keep doing that. Anyways, I'm seeing Spider-Man later today, and I know it's going to be great. And I encourage, like, anyone who's interested in Spider-Man to go see it. Anyone who wants to see the Odyssey, to go see that. Just, like, go to the movies, dude. It's fun. That's pretty much it. Bye.